Hey Eagles, welcome back from Christmas break.
I hope you had a restful break. Noah, how was yours?
Mine was good. I got to hang out with my family and just sleep a lot. It was good. How about you?
Mine was good. I had a lot of rest.
That's nice.
AJ got a chance to catch up with some of our other students about how their break was. Let's go check that out.
Ho, ho, ho. I'm here with Bart.
Hello.
Bart, what fun things did you do over break?
Well, that's a good question. I did a lot of things over break, but mostly it had to do with family. But Santa Claus, I think I actually visited your church over Christmas break.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There were plenty of elves there. So.
And what are some fun holiday traditions that your family does? Christmas.
Well, other than spill the tea about things and whatnot, you know, drama. Other than that, I don't think we have any like real wacky traditions or anything that's like super out there. We just kind of this year we decided to just get along as a family and have our own little Christmas. Usually we go out to grandparents and do all that, but this year we just decided to do it differently, and we had a COVID-free Christmas. So praise Jesus for that.
It's great.
Yep, you heard it here from the bishop himself.
I'm here with Miss Spivey. Miss Spivey, what fun things did you do over break?
One of our super fun things is we looked at lots of Christmas lights in Owensboro.
Ooh.
They have a neighborhood that has a really big display. That was super fun.
And what are some fun holiday traditions that your family does each year?
One of my favorite holiday traditions is we go through the Advent with our kids, and we go through the Old Testament. We see where Jesus is in the Old Testament, looking forward to his coming, and that's a super fun tradition that we all enjoy.
Definitely. Well, thank you, Miss Spivey.
You're welcome.
Roland, what are some fun things you do over break?
I hung out with friends a lot, saw some family members, and I even went camping.
Wow, but that was fun.
It was.
What are some fun holiday traditions that your family does every year for Christmas?
Usually we have a big family reunion, but with like COVID-19 and everything, that was cut down pretty badly. So just close family members.
All right. Well, thank you, Roland.
Thank you.
Luke, what fun things did you do over break?
I stayed around the house.
Same. No shame in that. What are some fun holiday traditions that your family does?
Well, on Christmas, we make a big breakfast.
Oh, what kind of stuff do you guys eat?
Bacon, sausage, biscuits, eggs. That's about it.
Man, I'm kind of hungry now. Thank you, Luke. Thanks. That was great. This is Gentry. Gentry, what fun things did you do over break?
I visited family and slept.
Nice. What are some fun holiday traditions that your family does every year?
I don't really have a tradition, but visit family, put up the tree, and eat food.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. All right, thank you, Gentry. Guys, I'm here with Sam. Sam, what did you do over Christmas break?
I hang out with my friends. How about you?
Same.
I also worked a little bit.
Oh, over
Looks like
Christmas
you had a lot
break.
of cookies this year.
I did. A few too many.
I left
Was
out
it-
some for you.
I know, I saw. Sam, what are some holiday traditions that your family has each year?
We always hang out with relatives, and we throw big parties, eat a lot of food, open presents.
I like it. Guys, I'm here with Peyton. Peyton, what fun things did you do over break?
Little this, little that, tend to work around the house, moving furniture around like we do about every year. Putting up the tree, taking care of the decorations, sweeping up the needles that drop from the tree, because you know how that is.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like a busy Christmas break.
Sometimes I think that's a little bit of an understatement.
Yeah, I bet. And what are some fun holiday traditions that your family does each year?
Every year, all 7 of us come together and enjoy Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
My mom always makes her double eggs and ham, which I don't know if many people would enjoy the flavor of Coca-Cola in their ham, but that's what she uses, and it's pretty good.
Hey, it'd be something to try. Again, that's kind of getting me hungry. Well, thank you, Peyton. Back to you.
Thanks, AJ. I'm glad to see that our students had such a fun and restful break.
Noah, I heard that you got to catch up with some members of our worship team.
Yeah, I did. Let's go check it out. Hey guys, today I'm here with William McIlvain, and I got a few questions for him about the worship team. So first of all, what do you do on the worship team?
I play the keyboard, the keys, to be specific.
Yeah, that's cool. So what does the worship team mean to you?
It means that I'm able to use my gift to glorify God,
Yeah,
and to just share my gift with others. It's an awesome experience.
that's awesome. And what might you say to others who have thought about joining the worship team but haven't quite yet? What is the worship team? Why should they join? And why should they be inspired to join?
It allows them to share their gift with others and to glorify God, but also it's just a fun experience, a good group of people to work with. They're very uplifting, and they're not, no one condemns anyone, even if they don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
They're very kind about it. That's what's awesome.
That's awesome. Thank you, Will.
You're welcome.
Okay, now guys, I'm here with Mrs. Moore. Ms. Moore, what is the importance of the worship team here at ECS? Why is it so important that we have that?
Well, obviously, we are a Christian school, and we know that God has created us to communicate with Him. And He communicates with us through music, and specifically with worship. Worship isn't just music. It comes in lots of different forms. And really the goal of ECS, and it's part of our mission, is to equip our students to really be able to take that to a personal place. And it's really great when we can equip our own students, like yourself, to be able to do that for your peers.
Yeah.
So that's really what the goal here is in having worship at ECS.
Yeah. What does worship team mean to you personally?
Personally, I've had an opportunity to see students worship in lots of different settings. I've been able to be a part of worship in a church where I led a large group of students in that way. But I've also seen how it changes lives, specifically when you are going out into the community. And I think that's really been important to me, is to see how worship changes people's lives, how we can use it in many forms. But personally, it's been a life changer for me, and I love seeing it happen in students.
Yeah. And what would you say to someone who might have it on their mind to be joining the worship team? What would you say is one of the biggest reasons why they should join us and just have a good time and worship God?
Totally. I think like the best part about that, if you are thinking about it, maybe for next year, you're wondering, maybe this is a way to serve. One of the most important things is that actually it's about your heart. It's not about your talent, it's about your heart. And if you really believe that God is calling you into putting yourself out there in that way and being a leader, or maybe it's working behind the scenes, whatever that is something that God has called you to. And that is an act of obedience. So I really want to challenge you to think about, is it fear that's keeping you from that? If it is, that's not from God. But He gives us that spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. So I want you to just kind of meditate on that and then see, take the leap of faith. You're in high school. You should try this. This could be the opportunity where God leads you to something else. So, I hope you try out, or not really try it out. We don't try out. Yeah. I hope you just join us.
Try to join. Yeah.
Next year. Yeah.
Thank you.
Totally.
Thank you so much for your time, and thanks for just talking to me about the worship team.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Now we're going to head back to me and Martin in the studio.
It's cool to see all of our students using their talents to worship God.
Yeah, it is. And speaking of people at our school, didn't you get to check in with Mrs. West?
Yes, I did.
Semester went.
Let's check that out. I'm here with Miss West, our principal at ECS. Miss West, how is your first semester now that it's finished? How is that being the principal here at ECS?
It's been great. I feel like I cracked this joke last time we talked, but I was really surprised at how easy it was to be bossy, No, all jokes aside, I love this school. I love the people in it, and so it's really a joy to be able to spend every day having conversations about the school and making decisions for the school, helping people just move toward accomplishing our mission here. So it's been amazing. I love it.
How has the coronavirus pandemic affected your job?
Well, I've spent a lot of time on it, but I walk through and I look at things differently than I I did before. Like, okay, how close are those people sitting? You know, we have to rethink the way we do programs, the way we recognize people. You know, we can't just gather for over 15 minutes without having, you know, possible close contact. So then we want to make sure we know where everybody's sitting and all that. So, I mean, it does definitely impact my thought process every day, but also it's kind of made me almost an authority on the CDC and health department rules. So I will have random people ask me, like, to consult, like, okay, so how long am I out? And they ask me about quarantine and, like, people, like, outside of school even, because I've worked with that information so much, I know it pretty well. So anyway.
So what is something that, like, as students, we don't get to see about your job or we don't know?
Well, I think there's just a lot that happens behind the scenes that people, they don't know. I guess they would take for granted, and not that you should have to worry about it that much, but there's so much that, like, Miss Bennett does here as the campus coordinator, and that I'm doing from in here, or Miss Sims. I mean, we spend hours and hours making, like, the final schedule, for instance, and then, you know, you get it in your hands, you're like, oh, this looks good, or like, are they crazy? Why are we going to these class periods all out of order? Well, everything like that, there's so much thought that goes through it, and it's just really cool to see how, like, the machine functions, you know, with the teachers and overseeing and leading the classrooms, and then with the administration and everybody, like, behind the teachers. It's pretty cool, you know, how it works behind the scenes. So not all the decisions that we make back here are, like, popular, but they're necessary.
Yeah. Last question. Mm-hmm. Do you miss teaching students?
I do. I really miss it, but a couple of things. One, so, like, Miss Barrett teaches the classes I taught last year. So, like, sometimes she gets an earful when I'm like, hey, you could do this and this and this. And so, like, I'll help her with some ideas. So that's kind of fun. It's not actually teaching the kids, but teaching her how to teach the kids. And then I also have the opportunity just sometimes to work with teachers on what they can be doing in their classrooms, which is me teaching, just not the same stuff. And sometimes Miss Ball and I will consult about anatomy. But the cool thing is, my best subjects are, like, math related, and that's what a lot of people struggle in. So I've been able to, like, at home, I'll tutor Luke in pre-calc, or I'll have my nieces randomly text me like, I'm lost in algebra 2, and so I get to help them. So it's like the most requested subject to, you know, need help in. So it's kind of crazy how often I get asked to help with math.
Thank you for giving this interview. And now back to me and Noah in the studio.
Hi, guys.
Wow, I'm glad to see how well Ms. Weston doing and how much she's enjoying her job.
Now, finally, we get to take a look at our dominating men's basketball team.
Wait. First, we got to take a look at our girls team, it's during their first season, but they're having a great season so far.
They had an unfortunate loss to South Spencer Tuesday night. The score was 43-30.
Now, we can move on, and on today, got to check in with our basketball team on how their season's been going so far. Let's check it out.
All right, I'm here with Andrew. Andrew, how are you?
I'm doing good.
How's your basketball season going?
You know, it's been going good. Well, the first couple games, they were all good. And then we had a couple of hard ones. But other than that, I think we're doing good. And I think we can turn around after our little 3-game losing streak.
I agree. What do you enjoy the most about the team?
I enjoy the bonds that I form with the players. I really feel like there's a connection there, and it's fun to be with them.
What's one thing you can do as a player to better your team?
I think that one thing I can do better as a teammate is show a little bit more leadership as I keep going and be like a light for the newer guys.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here with Coach Newcomb. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Can you help me get an update on the basketball?
Absolutely.
How's the season been going?
It's been going all right. We started out with 5 wins, and now we're just in a little bit of a rough patch with 3 losses. But I think I have a lot of confidence in this team that we will turn this around and make some great strides.
What do you enjoy the most about the team?
I enjoy just building the relationships. I may not be the best XO type coach, but I enjoy being around the guys.
What is one thing as a coach you're working on to better your team?
I'm just trying to get them to play hard. I I feel like my role is more of just an encourager, make sure the guys are playing hard, because that's going to be the success to our season is just be able to play hard.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Friday, our JV basketball team will travel to Lagodi to play at 5. And Saturday at 7, we play North Davies, the 5th ranked team. Come out and support your Eagles, and if you can't make it out, streaming is available free thanks to United Feldy. Back to Martin and Noah.
I'm excited to see how the rest of the season goes.
Me too. Now, Eagles, that's all we have for you this week. But first, let's do some birthdays. Aiden,
Audrey,
Thomas,
Sydney,
Alima,
Dunham,
Mr. Klein,
Miss Allen.
Thank you guys for joining us this week, and happy birthday to all our Eagles. We'll see you guys next time.